Welcome back for some more ice brewing stand explanation, exploration. Let's see what we can get accomplished here. So we're standing over here in the middle of all of our different designs, with the smaller design, slightly taller design, our length or distance measuring back there that we've gone over in previous episodes. And then behind me is a new section that I have been working on a bit today. Here in the middle, this is a collection of all of the launchers coming out with the hopper, which I believe with dropper, which I did make the mistake again there. The previous episode, I used hopper, dropper interchangeably. These are all droppers. Every single one is a dropper. Feeding into a honey block. I have found this design right here, and this is going in the north direction. So this is leading off to the north. You do not need the ice underneath of the brewing stand. It's not necessary, so that saves one. This design, actually I left it off there, so it doesn't matter. I need to test that. But the design works coming in from the left or coming in from the right, going off in the north direction. Going in the south direction, it works from the left and the right. Coming in from the going out to the west direction, it works on the left and the right. And going off in the east direction, it works the left and the right. And as described by these larger ones that are actually directly above the brewing stand with a couple of solid blocks there, these work for both the left and right, going off to the east, and the left and the right going off to the west, right there, west. So these are the launchers, these brewing stand, ice brewing stand mechanic launchers that launch the items out, basically. Bam, launch, bam, launch. Get it started on the trek. All right, so I did a little bit of exploration as to needing the ice stand underneath the first brewing stand. As I showed over there, it's not necessary. Taking out the ice underneath the pusher, the next one. As you see here, you need the ice. It's just going to send it back and forth and back and forth. Now, this does not have the extra slab there, as shown here. So that extra slab is going to prove to be necessary, and we'll see that here in a second. So that ice needs to be there for this thing to continue on. Well, basically, this item, once it goes down, it starts bouncing back and forth because it is at a slightly lower level, because this ice wasn't originally here. I put that ice back in. Well, no, take it back. I believe the slab is necessary. Let's test that. So with the ice in, no slab, it's going to bounce back and forth. So that slab is absolutely necessary for continuing on the path. Same works if you put a slab after it, leaving the ice in there. It's just going to send it back and forth. And you can do a lot of these. And they'll just go back and forth, back and forth. But with the slab set in front of the brewing stand, in the path, in the direction that we're going, our item is going to stay with its hitbox in the appropriate place to be pushed out. And I have come up with a theory as to why this works. As the item is coming down, let's pop a few of these out. And in fact, this might work better way over on the other one where I have it all automated. As the The honey block squeezes it into one particular line, right on the, it's either just barely 1 pixel onto the slab, 1 pixel onto the ice. I don't know. It's I don't have the item hitbox thing like Java does. I think there's one for Bedrock, but I think you have to turn on experimental tags to use it, and I haven't tried to use that too much. Whereas we know that replacing this with a honey block or with a slime block puts it in a different spot along this line, this axis, where the honey block works perfect. And it puts it in such a way that when the item gets up to I'm apparently have found the spot that it needs to be in, or close to it. I'm going too fast. I'm too far off. Yeah, there is one particular spot that if you hit it just right, I'm not even moving. Why? Oh, because the throwing, I think there's a little bit of our RNG on where it's going to land, because I see it's landing somewhere a little bit closer to the brewing stand, somewhere a little bit further away. But what I'm thinking is when an item is passing through the appropriate place on the brewing stand for where it's going to be expelling its potion when it's done. Well, the brewing stand has a mechanic to push that potion off in a particular direction. And that direction is defined by the blocks and slabs that are around it. And we are using that mechanic to replicate this. This little bit, this is good. Oh, it went the other direction because I am just pointed enough that direction. So this is basically the mechanic we're trying to use for this. And this slab being in this position keeps us at that higher level, whereas no slab here puts us at a slightly lower level. Doesn't even want to. But if I put a slab down here, oh, I have that slab there, and that just wants to go. So it depends on where the slab is at and to where it wants to go. All right, so that's a pretty decent working theory. And I might turn that into a little bit of a GIF, that little animation that I had. All right, so we wanted to do change in direction. And I have found that it changes direction, but only in the direction opposite of the ice. If I tried to build this, and I did try multiple variations, where it comes out and it's going along the slab here, and it hits the brewing stand, I can't get it to go that way because the ice is on the left. I can only get it to turn right. So like UPS trucks, they only make right-hand turns. They don't make left-hand turns. There's no left-hand turns in this game, apparently. When it comes to the ice brew item mechanic, you can only go to the right or straight. So you can't make left-hand turns. And actually, that's actually incorrect. You can make left-hand turns. You can't turn into the ice. say the ice is on the left, the slab is on the right, we can't turn into the left. We can't turn into the ice. Even if I rearrange all of these over here, because the item is coming in on this side of the hitbox, I can't get it to come in on this side of the hitbox. I mean, I can when I throw it, but only if I'm coming down this way, which would mean that the slabs need to be on the far side of the ice, which over here in this setup, they are. So, oops. In this setup, the slabs are on the left and the ice is on the right. That means that this is going to make a left-hand turn. So what we found when it comes to changing direction is the direction, the direction that you're going, you can only turn away from the ice side. You can only turn into the slab side. And that works if you're on the left or the right. So it's not the UPS truck analogy, doesn't work here. But it is, you don't cross traffic. Basically, you're driving on an American road, you can only make right-hand turns. You're driving on a British road, you can only make left-hand turns. You can't turn to the right. You can't cross traffic, is what I'm going to say. You can't cross traffic. Saying that the ice is an imaginary other direction traffic. So yeah, if you're expelling in the direction that your item stream is going, if the ice is on the right-hand side, you can only make left-hand turns. If the ice is on the left-hand side, you can only make right-hand turns. So that is a mechanic that we have found. You can only turn away from the ice. Only turn away from the ice. So it depends on how you build your launcher. Are you building your launcher in the direction of travel with the brewing stand on the right or the brewing stand on the left? And then over here, I just made a big old circle. This is fun to watch. Start getting some crazy mechanics going. Crazy things going, especially if you use pistons. Oops. And start changing some of the things about where these are going. So as you see, each of the 4 turns in here is turning away from the direction of the ice. There's our directions. So yeah, this has been another episode of the Brewing Stand Mechanics Explored, and a little bit of theory onto why it is the items coming into the hitbox of the brewing stand and the brewing stand's natural mechanic of how it expels its potion, the direction that it's pushing it, dependent on what blocks and slabs are around it, will give it the direction that it's going. And the direction that it's going is the one, there's no slab right there. Well, we're just barely in there. And so it'll continue on. And we proved that we can recreate this just by throwing items at a brewing stand. So yeah, if you like this mechanic, stay tuned to the next episode where I want to do some experimenting. I saw on Gordafame's video, that's in Spanish. It's so difficult for me to wrap my head around. I have to read the captions and see what he's doing. But towards the end, he has an item sorter, a non-stackable sorter using brewing stands. And I'm like, I really, really want to dive into that and try to explore the mechanics behind it. Because having another way to strip out non-stackables from stackable items, this transport method could just answer so many people's questions about how do we do this, how do we do this, how do we do this. that could simplify a lot of things that have been complicated in the past. You just have to apparently live by the rules that you can only turn in the direction opposite to the ice. You know, if the ice is on the left, you can only turn to the right. If the ice is on the right, you can only turn to the left, sort of thing. We've got several launchers. I want to explore a couple more designs on launchers. I'm thinking with glass panes, fences, or walls, or iron bars, there's a chance we can do something other than honey blocks. That was in Court of Fame's video. And we could probably use chests in that instance. I need to look into that. That's probably going to be my next episode is let's build more launchers. What other launchers can we put in here other than the universal direction one and the one that's one block higher, but only two direction? That does not go off north and south. All right. Hope you all appreciate this video, and we're back with the next one. If you've watched this long and are interested in this subject, I would definitely appreciate a like and a subscribe. Pay attention and see what happens next. Goodbye, everybody.